cabin old and small, with the brightest rose color. She's my rose, female fall. Well, her hair was quite some color, and her voice so sweet and neat. Well, I do, I always love her, and I hope that she loves me. Thank you. So I asked her to be my darling, and then what she said. Well, I'll always be your love, dear, till we're both gone and dead. And God will in heaven one day from her he called. I lost my bride, oh how I love her. She's my rose, big fall. What for? So I searched the wide world over in settings both great and small, but I never found another like my rose, the McFall. One more, Mike. Bring it in after this next verse. Out on lonely hillside, in a cabin old and small, lived that brightest rose of color. She's my rose, the big fall. She was my rose, the big fall.
Yeah. All right, Mila. All right.
We're the frequent flyers, but we actually, when we came here originally, we weren't a band, and we all kind of converged on this scene, and it became that whoever would show up here at Pleasant Care kind of became the band, and now we play out at clubs a little bit every now and again. But we were called the Very Good Boys. That was coined by this woman here who we ripped a tune. We really played it well, I thought, and this older woman said, "Very good boys." And we kind of looked at each other and said, "That's our name." So, and then Michelle came along, so we had to be the Very Good Boys and Girl. Got too cumbersome, so we changed it to Frequent Flyers. Well, it was about 3 years ago, it was 2.5 years ago. I just finally got over the hump that I'm going to go do this, because I've been playing music, I decided the way I really want to start this is I just want to go in and play. I don't want any pressure, and I just happened to tell one guy that I work with, and he came with me, and it was immediately like we just mentioned that we did it, and pretty soon Brad came and Mike came and Dan, the stand-up bass player, came, and it just converged, and and it was really kind of like magic, because for some reason we all had this commitment in our minds that we never even spoke to each other, that, you know what, we're doing this every week. We're coming here every week. And for 18 months, we didn't miss one Wednesday night. And I'm proud of that. I mean, but it was, you know, it was selfish, because the reason, you know, no matter how hard a day I had, no matter what was happening at my work or my home, I'd come in here and I'd get perspective on what it really means to be alive, and what it means to be able, you know, and what it means to be able to play music, or, you know, and no matter, you know, we weren't very good when we started here. We certainly wouldn't be worthy of you burning any tape on us. And what really came of it was, you know, it's what I always remember from people here is it's what you do with what you got that's important, you know, and just giving what you got. And you know, I walked in one time, you know, and things broadside you sometimes, and this woman came to me, and I could barely understand what she was saying, but she said, you know, she said, doctors tell you 90% of the people die from loneliness and a broken heart. And she said, I just appreciate you guys coming here. And that really hit me. I was like, wow. You know, one thing about Pleasant Care is that I learned is that you see people, you know, we'd see them week in and week out, and we'd see them because we'd come in at dinner time, and there was a bunch of people who we didn't really get to know, but you'd look at them and you'd think, you know, this person isn't really there. They're not really there, you know, they're just physically home, but that's all. And for some reason, you get to know them. You'd get, you know, you'd walk by them and they'd say something, and you'd get closer and you'd listen to what they were saying, and you'd know that all along they were completely there, and you realize these are trapped in a body that has no longer working for them. And, you know, it's like, you know, these people are truly alive inside, and to be able to connect with that part of them that's so alive is just totally rewarding. And music is such a universal language that allows you to do that without even trying, really.
He's a handsome guy. You like him?
Sure, I like all men.
Oh boy, watch out. One by one.
Yeah.
Not very too much. Only one. You like this guy?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I like him. I like him. I like all men.
You like?
There's this really, she was an old woman, and she was winking at me, and, you know, and giving me the, hey. And she said, are you married? And I said, well, yeah, I'm married. And she said, do you fool around? I said, oh, now. But anyway.
Well, do you?
No.
The coolest thing about this was it was a totally symbiotic relationship. You know, everyone was getting something really good out of it. We would come in here and play, and we'd get better at playing music, and we'd get to practice playing in front of people, and that was that was huge, you know, and it was no risk. Like we'd come in and play, and it was okay if we got some notes wrong or you know, we forgot the words or whatever. It was no pressure. So that was great for us, and it made me feel great to do this. I mean, I walk around all week and tell people what we're doing, and it's a really good feeling. And then on their end, you know, we come in here on a semi-regular basis and play music for them, and they seem to just love it. Everyone here just was so appreciative. And then it started to, like they would start requesting songs. Like, so that, you know, they began to get to know us, you know, and we began to get to know them. And it was just mutually, everyone was really getting something good out of it.
What do you think of these guys?
I think they're really great.
And gal.
Well, mainly I think it's really a blessing that they care enough to come and play for us, and they're really wonderful people. Make us feel not so trapped, and you know, in the holidays people tend to get depressed and stuff, but that kind of lifts our spirits. And they all have such nice personalities, that helps a lot. And I really appreciate them coming, and I know a lot of the other residents do too.
Very good. Did you recognize any songs in there?
Oh yeah, plus I asked for requests and they played it, which was
What was
sweet.
that? Which one?
Johnny Cash.
Oh, the Johnny Cash.
Well, when I was just a young boy, my mama told me, son, said always be a good boy, don't you ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just a while till died. Well, that train keeps rolling, I hang my head and breathe.
So for me, and I think for all of us, we come together to play music we love to play, and each person has a different set of records that they've listened to throughout their lives, and I know for me, I've listened to just about everything from Elton John to John Denver to the Beatles to a lot of opera, but when I listened to bluegrass in the late 80s, it kind of grabbed a hold of me. And, you know, it's been a privilege to explore this music and learn to play it with people who've been very patient teachers. And when Malin had this idea to come and play here at Pleasant Care, to get a couple folks to come and jam, well, we showed up and we pulled songs out of the old song bag. And, you know, for me, it was a couple of straight-ahead bluegrass tunes. And it was just so great to put this music out here and to have folks enjoy it and respond to it the way it was meant to be heard. And the way it's meant to be played is with a lot of passion. And the way it's meant to be heard is with a lot of passion. And you know, singing along if you know some of the words, bobbing your head, yelling, clapping, having fun. And folks like Lance and Art, and, you know, Ken, Virginia, and Shorty, you know, they just ate it up, and you know, over time more people came in and joined us, and it just became like a big living room jam, a big family jam. And when we were coming here every week, it was a regular happening, and it felt really good. I know, speaking for me, it got me through some tough times in my life, and you know, it connected me to this music that I'd been playing and I'd always loved, and you know, as a musician, but it connected me to the spirit of the music, playing it here. And so that's why I love to keep coming back here and playing, because you always feel that spirit's in the house.
The one thing I want when they lay me in the ground, when I die, tell my still house down, tell my still house down.
feels good, and I can't quite explain why it feels good. It's probably the same reason why I like being a teacher. It just feels like the right place to be. It feels right. It never feels bad to me. It always feels good. So that's why I keep coming back, and I don't know if I could articulate why.
It sounds like you get as much from it then as you give to it, I guess.
Probably. I always have fun, and I feel like people are happy to see me, and I'm happy to see them, and I feel like I entertain them, and I keep like looking at him and then the camera. I don't know how to do this, so, so that's why the eyeballs, where the wild things are.
I thought maybe that was what frequent flyers were about. The eye.
Yeah,
the eyes can't kind of.
Yeah. I was always taught to look into somebody's eyes when you're having a conversation.
Well, he's got that one.
So this is like the Cyclops. Yeah.
People get really happy, real big smiles, and a lot of rhythm. I think the bass is good for that because it's thumping along, and you see everyone start banging their hands on the table or clapping, or sometimes give out different rhythm instruments to people in the crowd, and really like to see everyone getting into it like that, tapping their feet. People seem really. It's definitely the most appreciative audience we'll probably ever have.
The most captive you'll ever have.
I didn't want to say that.
Cards are on the table when the law came busting in. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. Well, the Cubans grabbed the goodies and Lancey grabbed a jack. He broke the bathroom window and crawled on out the back. Tiffany drove the pickup down the alley on the side, where a lawman tackled Lance and was treating him as right. She stepped out of the pickup with a single shot for 10. The road goes on forever and the party never ends.
How long have you been here, Lance?
February 98.
So you're a long time.
Yes, sir.
What about your fellow patients? Are they most of them here for a long time too?
Most of them, yes. Most part, yes.
So then something like a band coming in is really, I guess, pretty much a highlight of the week, huh?
Yes, oh yes. All the music, yes.
You enjoy the music?
Who wouldn't?
Do you play music yourself, or? Yeah.
No. Not literally.
There's somebody that sits in a harmonica, isn't there?
Pardon?
Isn't there someone who sits in with a harmonica every once in a while?
There's a resident that plays a harmonica. Oh, but let me add something. There is a resident here who kind of sits in and does the eggshell.
All right.
But I won't tell you his name. And that's true.
The video may... The truth will set you free, Lance.
Oh, that's... Okay, yes, that's his name. Yes. I admit, it's me.
You got a message for anyone that plays music that might be watching this tape?
To all musicians, please come over and bring your music. We'd love to hear you. I know that you would love to play music. There's an appreciative audience that would love to hear you. So come over. Try music on us.
You haven't booed anybody off the stage yet, huh? So you don't even have to be very good, right?
I wouldn't do that.
Well, that's what I heard is one of the frequent flyers was telling me they weren't very good when they started. How about it? Right? They gotten better, or?
Oh, in my opinion, they never were bad in the first place. No, they just never were bad. That's what I've always thought. They're gold to me, if you ask. They're golden.
What'd you think of the musicians, Florence?
What?
What did you think of the musicians? Were they pretty good pickers, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like bluegrass? Johnny Cash? Did you recognize any songs?
No.
No. Well, they sounded good, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I think it's great that they come and volunteer your team. It gives us something to do, you know. Don't get a lot to do around here.
Yeah. That's about the most valuable gift a person can give, I think, is their time, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, what message would you like to give to the band?
Well, let's put it this way. I've got a message that I could give to them. I just say, we would like to see people come in and give us a give of their time as much as you people do. If we could do that, I would be very, very grateful.
Well, the drugs and the drinking have really taken their toll on the band, and you know, after being 20 years on the road, it's been a terrible, terrible imposition on our families, our personal lives. It just about destroyed us, mate. Just about wrecked us totally down to the ground, you know. But now we've come back. There's a reunion tour. People are buying the albums again, and it's great. We're back on top, you know. I've got a girl on each arm, champagne in my hand. The limo driver's waiting for me out in the alley. You know what I'm saying, mate? VH1, behind the music. Take 42. What do you call 60 banjo players at the bottom of the ocean? A good start. Thank you, Johnny. On lead armpit.
You play piano? It's becoming more clear what frequent flyers means. I didn't want to go there because it's a family show, but...
We just like to say crispy. Just say crispy. I've recently become a banjo player because I've had to. When Dan's in town, I have to put down the bass, find something else, try to pick up the harmonica or the guitar or the banjo, and try to make the music work that way.
That's kind of the story with banjo players, isn't it? They're forced into it from something else.
Yeah, I'm not really don't get the impression that I'm actually a banjo player. I'm just a stunt banjo player. You got to bring the music to the people. If you got a talent, get it out there. There are so many appreciative people that can enjoy the music. That playing in your garage is great, playing in your own home is great, but until you get that interaction with the audience and you know that you're doing something for somebody else, it multiplies the whole experience many times, I think.
Let me tell you what I know.
I would just encourage anybody who has anything to give, if they tell stories, if they can listen, if they can bring in a puppy, if they can, you know, bring in their children, you know, just some form of life from the normal world, you know, to bring in to any place where people can't get out. It's just, you know, it's rewarding, and I'm glad I've been a part of it. I want to keep on doing it.
Do you play music yourself?
Well, I used to, but I got arthritis so bad now I can't play the guitar anymore. So I took up a mouth harp and been messing with that now.
So you can sit in next time.
No, that'd be about 100 million miles down the road before I could do that.
The road goes on forever and the party never ends. This is the part where we all go,
Thank you. I like that. No, it's the band.
Yeah.
You guys have been practicing.
My favorite part was you guys. Woo! Give us one more.
That's the best compliment we've ever got.
Black Beach Cafe owner and head chef Robert Morris shops Santa Cruz's local organic farmers markets, searching for the freshest and most delicious fruits and vegetables to serve at his cafe. Robert utilizes his formal training and his own creative talents to come up with delicious and imaginative, yet healthy dishes. Match a wide variety of meat, chicken, seafood, or vegetarian entrees with the sides that sound best to you. The menu is constantly changing to reflect what's in season, So come back often and bring a friend or meet one at Black's Beach Cafe.
There's a vacation village called Give Kids the World. You can take your family for free if you're a kid like me with a terminal illness. If you know a kid like that, call 1-800-995-KIDS. I wish I could come back.
Hi, Shaquille O'Neal for RAD. Don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive. If you're gonna go out and have a good time, it's fine. But designate a driver to drive home. Let's stop the madness. Don't drink and drive.
Take it from the top, boys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over to you, Louie.
There is a better way to have fun with history.
Come on, Louie. Focus, man.
Visit americaslibrary.gov. Log on, play around, learn something.
I think it started because I had an idea about doing an audience development show, something that would bring people into the theater when they weren't inclined to go, but they'd go and see Little Billy on stage or Susan on stage, and then if I gave them enough of something else, that they might want to come back. I think that stayed with me for about 4 or 5 years, and then both my parents were actors, and